A lot of my mutuals tell me, "Wow, Slother, you sure like women's wrestling." I have no idea what that's about since I followed you since we both like anime and or fiction podcasts, but I'm happy for you. So, for the benefit of those people, I would like to explain my love for this tag team, the Unholy Union. First of all, they're witches, so I was going to love them no matter what. Pro wrestling is a chaotic storytelling medium where anything can happen, up to and including magic, and that's my favorite thing about it. The stories all revolve around battles to see who can defeat who and ultimately who can become champion, the best of their division. And the story of how these two went from fighting each other to joining together to fight other teams 2-on-2 has been all I've been able to think about all year. Oh god, please let me tell you about it. When they were on a show called NXT UK, Alba Fyre ruthlessly dominated the women's division in a 649-day reign as champion, the longest of any women's champion in all of WWE. She even defeated Meiko Satomura, a legendary wrestler who many consider to be the best in the world. Meanwhile, a good-natured witch named Isla Dawn had been showing a lot of promise in the ring, but could never quite make it to the upper end of the division. Over time, her frustration grew so great that she gave herself over to the forces of darkness to gain a competitive advantage. She could be found speaking in cryptic threats, laughing about things that only she was privy to. No one hoped to understand her, but at least they feared her. Alba found this transformation as unsettling as anyone, but she had to hand it to her that if she had tapped into this ferocity earlier, maybe she would be the champion instead. That was the first time on that show anyone had validated her like that. Keep this in mind. It's a surprise tool that will help us later. After eventually losing her title to Meiko, Alba moved to America to join a more publicized show just called NXT. A fury built up inside her as it became clear that despite everything she had accomplished, over here she was treated like just another wrestler. But she managed to compartmentalize that rage and focus on building her reputation back up, until one day, when she was nearing the end of a match against the champion, Isla Dawn manifested physically behind her and spat magic mist in her face. You see, Isla remembered what a great wrestler Alba is, so when she came to America, she saw antagonizing her as a way to make a name for herself. She also remembered Alba's dark side, and she was determined to draw it out of her in a twisted bid for connection. For these reasons, Alba was the only woman she had eyes for. The rage that Isla unleashed in Alba led her to challenge the tag team champions to a match, 2-on-1, to prove once and for all how deserving of respect she was. But a rookie stepped in to help even the odds for her, without even asking, as if she needed to be saved. This was her breaking point. She decided that if Isla Dawn was the only person who was going to see her the way that she saw herself, she may as well join her. They had a lot in common. They're both Scottish women who draw heavy inspiration from Celtic mythology and tradition. They both had something to prove. And most importantly, they both saw each other's greatness when nobody else did. See, I told you that would be important. Side note, this type of story beat, where the bad guy goes after the good guy in hopes of proving that they were really bad all along and recruiting them, is something that I see every once in a while in wrestling, and in every other case that I've seen, the bad guy's plan has failed horribly. Except for this time. Isla Dawn is built different. Anyway, Isla initiated Alba to make her a witch like her, and it was around here that I fell behind on watching for a couple weeks. My friend who was caught up told me that they had done another weird ritual under the full moon. Then I saw on Instagram that they had become the new tag team champions under the name The Unholy Union, and I thought, wait, Unholy Union? Do they realize that makes it sound like they got married? And then I got caught up, and I saw that the strange ritual they had performed was hand fasting. That's hand fasting! That's hand fasting! They're married! Sorry. Let me explain. I have a friend of Celtic descent, and when I went to her wedding last year, two brides did this ritual where they tied their hands together with a ribbon to symbolize that their paths had become one. The priest explained that this practice of hand fasting, or tying the knot, was an ancient Celtic marital ceremony. These two characters are canonically married! And yes, I do feel insane for saying that because nobody has ever acknowledged it on the show. The only other explanation I can fathom for the scene is that these two Scottish witches who are both deeply familiar with Scottish symbolism somehow managed to get married on accident. And I just don't buy that. Picture of former WWE tag team Occam and Razor unrelated. So anyway, that's why the Unholy Union owns my soul. I hope this was helpful.
Shadow Wizard Money Gang. We love casting spells.